Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
Hello there, this is Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin. Star Wars Sexplained has been ratioed on the latest video. The DragonCon 2024 recap, Star Wars Sexplained weekly Q&A. It was about ratioed on Saturday, but then when Star Wars Theory made his video destroying the Sexplains, it is now at a 4-to-1 ratio. Star Wars Theory's video, 41,000 likes, 356 dislikes. It is at 447,000 views and it's growing. And we are going to react to this video today, and I'm going to supply even more evidence to prove that the Sexplains are fake news and fake fans. I recently did a video on this controversy of the Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, Nerdrotic getting demonetized, people calling for it, the manifesto, by rewriting Ripley's podcast. They're the ones behind it, but it is theorized that it is going deeper than just that fake news shill podcast. This is actually the work of the Sexplains, the work of Disney, and the Sexplains, they're the top Disney shills. A lot of shills push it out, but Molly Damon pushed this out too. And so Star Wars Theory is convinced that Molly Damon is behind it.
This is one I didn't want to make. I didn't think I would have to make, but at this point I've kind of had enough. And we're going to go into a lot of detail.
So a lot of the Disney shills are big mad that Star Wars Theory, so toxic that he made this video. You got to keep in mind, how many years has he been doing this? Since 2016? This is like 8 years. 8 years that these people have been against him. The shills have turned on him. They don't like him. And he's had enough. Some people have their breaking points. Some people just snap. And seeing this cancellation campaign, which was supposedly led by Molly Damon, we don't know. And frankly, I don't think it matters if Molly Damon was behind this, because she tweets out, just to be clear, I did not write/create this, and there are other accounts who posted it before I did. Not sure where credit is due. Just a very smug comment right there. She full well knew what she was doing and replied to Team YouTube. Team YouTube was just like, oh, report the account. And she's like, will do. I will report the account. I will try to get it off the internet because it makes me big mad. And they're always bitching at Star Wars Theory about how he should be more responsible with his big platform, because he's the biggest Star Wars creator. Well, Molly Damon of Star Wars Sexplained, they're the biggest shill creator, the biggest Star Wars channel that supports Disney Star Wars, and people listen to what they have to say. So she is not leading by example. Her example is it's okay to cancel people that you don't like.
Here with fellow Star Wars YouTubers, Star Wars Explained, a few others. Just shitty to me in general. I'm going to tell you guys about my experience. These people who are leading a campaign, an organized hate campaign for years against me, and now I see that they've lumped me in with some of my colleagues and friends online.
So they lumped him in with Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, RK Outpost, because it's really about him. Yes, those other channels trigger him, but they really want to get to Star Wars Theory, who is a Star Wars channel exclusively that they don't like, that has all the influence, and that's what it's really all about. But they can't really name him specifically because then they'll get outed. So they just briefly sprinkle him in there. And it's very obvious. Everyone sees right through it. The Sexplains have been ratioed. And it's only, the demise of Sexplain has only begun.
to have our channels demonetized and essentially sending a letter to YouTube to abolish, destroy, end the channels. You know, this was written by Molly Damon. She is the wife and co-partner of Star Wars Explained, of Alex Damon. I've met...
That's Star Wars Sexplained.
That's right, baby, we're here! Yeah, baby, we're here! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic.
Alright, so I've mentioned this in a tweet of mine that this is primarily about targeting women of color, and they frequently mention Amanda Stenberg, who is not a woman of color. She is a non-binary of color. She identifies as non-binary, but goes by she, they pronouns. No one calls her a they or them because it's ridiculous, but people call her a she, her, and these people rewriting Ripley, who created this, they don't even go by the nonsense that they push. It's too difficult for them.
These channels have gaslit Amanda by claiming she's playing the victim card. Okay, but that's their opinion. They can say that. They don't have to agree with her. With RK Outpost proclaiming, "You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch." I mean, shit. Just seems like they got a problem with Ryan. I mean, Ryan's angsty, bro. There's a lot of shit that Ryan says that I don't agree with. I think it's a little over the top. But to be honest, you get Ryan drunk and he's like this soft, sweet little guy.
Ryan is a pussy compared to most older American men. Well, one, I'm sure you're very experienced with older American men, Kev, because I imagine they fuck you in the...
Hey. The hate campaign against Amanda has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks on Amanda, including Star Wars Theory, 3.3 million subscribers, 3.33 million. Some respect, please. Molly. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns if this behavior is permitted to continue with no repercussions? Now, look, I probably would have commented on this in a tweet or something. Yet the fact that you put my name in this is so unbelievably effed up, man. Like, first of all, you have to...
They didn't want to put his name in there directly, so they just slipped it in thinking no one would notice. Because if they got Geeks and Gamers canceled, surely he would be next. He would be in the next manifesto.
Prove that this is a hate campaign. The only hate campaign I see here are you people that have been constantly throwing hate. Okay, the boys can defend themselves, and they want to go to court for that. They can do that. They can destroy these people. No problem. I fully believe that. The only hate campaign I see here is the hate campaign.
Unfortunately, there's gonna be no lawsuit because there's no damages at this point. So nothing's gonna happen to this. Unfortunately, I would love to see Molly Damon go to court and someone like Jim Carrey put the system on trial for the Sexplained.
I'll put the system on trial.
That Molly Damon, Star Wars Explained, and a lot of these other Star Wars YouTubers have been leading against me for years. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns? It's all about money. Molly Damon and Star Wars Explained, in my opinion, are obsessed with money.
And here we go.
Let me take you back to the very beginning. All right, October 6th, 2016.
Now we're getting into leaked emails here.
5:55 a.m. My name is Alex from over at Star Wars Explained. I wanted to just say hey and introduce myself. You're growing insanely fast. Congratulations. You're going to have that silver button in no time.
Alright, so why is Alex Damon emailing Star Wars Theory? He says it right here, because you're growing insanely fast. And he thinks there's something up with that. He thinks that, like, maybe he's buying subscribers, or there's something not authentic about how he's growing. Like he's cheating the system in some way, or he wants to manipulate Star Wars Theory into telling him his secret so Sexplained can do it himself. That's the only reason why he's sending out this email. It's not to just welcome him and be like, hey, welcome to the Star Wars Elites. My name is Alex Damon of Star Wars Sexplained. I want to be your friend. No, this is all manipulation.
If you ever want to talk Star Wars or YouTube, please feel free to email me. I've got a dialogue going between pretty much all other Star Wars YouTubers. And while some are more friendly and open than others, we've all been pretty cool about sharing advice, collaborating. I actually do have
Sharing advice. Yeah, some aren't really friendly. You're a friendly guy, right? Want to share some advice? How are you growing so quickly? Tell me your secrets.
a question for you. You kind of popped up on my radar because I saw this ad on one of my videos. Yeah, really, Alex. Like 8 years later, yeah, for sure, that's the reason I popped up on your radar. This ad that my network put up for literally 5 days, that's what made you... Okay, yeah, sure. I don't want this to sound like I'm angry at all.
So lying about how he came across Theory's channel, and now he's saying, I don't want to sound like I'm angry, so he's angry about something. Alex Damon feels that he's entitled to be the #1 Star Wars YouTuber. He sees Theory comes along, blows him away in subs, and he's angry about it.
Or anything. Why the fuck would you be angry? Why would you even say that?
She got your ass.
This is literally telling me right there that you're angry. And believe me, he was, because I have more to say about this when I actually met him. On the contrary, I'm very curious if you found it to be a good strategy. 50,000 subscribers in only a couple months is crazy good. So you're obviously doing something right. If you're open to it, I'd love to talk about some of the things you found to work.
So Alex Damon, it took him a while to get that many subscribers. He's Theory get 50,000 subscribers, he's shitting his pants. How is he doing this? I have to figure it out. And this whole point of this email exchange is to manipulate Star Wars Theory into thinking that Sexplained is his buddy and to reveal his secrets to him.
I will do my best to help you in return. But if that's something you'd like to keep close to your chest, I understand. Anyways, it's nice to meet you. Keep up the great work, and may the Force be with you. October 6th, 12th.
He was, sounds like he was trying to feel out Star Wars Theory. Hey, do you like to occasionally dress up as Slave Leia or some shit? I don't know, I just kind of got that vibe from that email.
10 p.m. I respond the same day, literally when I just woke up, because I would work all throughout the night. I'd sleep probably around 7 a.m. and then I'd get like a few hours of sleep and I'd wake up and I'd get right back to writing videos. No eating, no gym, just freaking no dating. Not like I just... 1 million subs in a year. Anyway, so hey Alex, thanks for reaching out. For sure, ask away if you want to.
So Star Wars Theory had a big pop at the beginning, a lot of subscribers, but then he puts in the work, not sleeping, hours throughout the day, and my channel's nowhere near as big as his, but I can relate as grinding, working at Palpatine place of employment, and working YouTube also full-time, putting in all that work. It's like, I can see how much work he was putting in his channel. And Sexplained, looks like Sexplained was trying to take shortcuts. I was wondering, like, how is this guy doing so well? Maybe Theory was just simply outworking him. Maybe he's just a better channel. He's more interesting than Sexplained. Doesn't dress up as Slave Leia occasionally.
Chat through email here is fine, or we can chat through Facebook or whatever, either works. It says, hey, saw your tweet. Sorry I missed it for a couple days. Thanks for getting back to me. Chatting through email is fine. All right, so cool. No worries, man. My name is Neatus, by the way, but my friends call me Tus for short, or Nia. It says, so you're inquiring about the ad. I only started advertising through my network last Wednesday, and I haven't really seen any benefit to it thus far, so I may cancel it. What I've done is essentially just dedicate my days to making videos I find interesting, adding music, and that's about it. The main videos that propel my channel are fan fictions where I write a story and act it out. According to my analytics, most new subscribers come for those which I feel sets my channel apart from others. Now, when I say that, I didn't know what the hell analytics were. I didn't.
So Theory is revealing some shit about his channel, about how he's growing, and Sexplained taking it all in, writing notes and telling Molly, this is how he's doing it.
Didn't even know how to read them. I just figured, oh yeah, you know, I get a lot of views on my fan fiction, so that's probably what people come for. So I've been talking to Fact Free quite a bit, who is the lore master. He changed his name, and we're talking about doing a collab together. I emailed Stupendous Wave about it. He never responded, so I guess he's not down.
Fucking Stupendous Wave.
Plan was to write a cool fan fiction and have you all play as different characters, which would be cool and something to excite all of our viewers. Your channel is the level I'd like to be at by next year. How did you grow it? Any tips? By the way, if you're cool with it, can we put each other in our suggested friends list? Nice to meet you, Toos. Yeah, I was really curious about the ad. I've always considered giving that a shot, but is always skeptical. Bummer.
Because Alex Damon is cheap as fuck. He didn't start streaming in 1080p until he was called out. I called him out on my channel. Then, sure enough, a couple weeks later, start streaming in 1080p, the biggest Disney shill Star Wars channel. Trying not to pay StreamYard, trying not to pay the full amount over there.
Oh, wouldn't want to spoil your fun, Mr. Cheapskate.
Or you're not seeing any benefit from it. Are you able to dedicate all day, every day to this? If so, I'm crazy jealous. I currently have a full-time job and have to do everything at night. Actually, you told everyone at the Lego booth in Chicago that your wife helps divide the workload into two. I would totally be down for a mass collab like you're suggesting, and yeah, I can add you as a recommended channel. As for tips, the main thing I would suggest is you're already doing, often better than I am. I think I have a lot I can work on. I need to be better with my titles and thumbnails and general SEO, in my opinion. Right off the bat, he's like, oh, he's just getting these views because of his titles and his thumbnails and clickbait. Please understand, everything I'm saying, you will see it all unravel. We're gonna get to all of it. But I think the most important thing is consistency, which you're already doing great with. Looks like you're growing faster than me and a lot of the other channels, so you should easily be in the 200K range soon. Took me almost 2 years to get there. Really the best tip.
Yeah, you should be in the 200,000 range soon. It took me 2 years to get there. There's no chance in hell you're going to get there in less than 2 years or a year and a half. Please, God, I hope you don't get there that quickly, and then he does. So, just Alex Damon. You're clearly obsessing over this new channel that's growing very much, and he sees the writings on the wall. He's not going to be the #1 Star Wars channel anymore. No one's going to give a fuck about Sexplained. This guy's coming out here with better thumbnails, better titles, fan fictions. Sexplained was big mad.
Tip I have is just be cool and friendly, which again, seems like you are. Stupendous can be a little slow to open up and protective. He's definitely the quiet side with me, but he's starting to warm up. Good talking to you. If you ever have any questions or just want to chat Star Wars, you can always shoot me an email or tweet something. I guess I can't anymore because you guys blocked me. My philosophy has always been the more big Star Wars.
And it's like, why did they block him? In the video, he doesn't go into detail why they blocked him, but like, why? Why did they block him? Like, what did he really do?
Channels out there, the better we can all learn and help each other grow. It's all about growing. It's all about, I didn't give a shit about any of that, man. I was just making my content and making it the way I wanted. That was it. I didn't take a course on this. Man, I couldn't agree more with that. Seems like people are too riddled with greed, but if we all work together, we can not only become more successful at doing what we love, but make the Star Wars community stronger. My job allows me super flexible hours as I'm a realtor, so whenever my clients are taken care of, I have free time to spend on my channel. I'm going to add you now to my sidebar. It was a pleasure meeting you. For sure, I will contact you soon regarding more sort of collab and anything else. Have a great weekend. May the force be with you. Then from there, we spoke a few more times, and then it started to get really sour. Started to get really bad. He asked me for a few, like, what was this in 2017? He's like, hey, like, if you don't mind me asking, like, where do you get the high quality comic images? And I told him, like, oh, you just type it in Google and you get those, and then you can comment on it. He's like, oh crap, that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
Fucking retard alert. Yeah, just Google it, Sexplained. Oh, yeah. Oh, good idea. No wonder why he's not the #1 Star Wars channel anymore.
Yeah, Dash is a super cool dude. So then it starts to get a little bit, things got bad because he started to make, you know, he made some inflammatory videos about my theories, about my what ifs for Snoke and this and that.
I wish we had the receipts for that in this video. I felt this video could have been, he talked for about 40 minutes. If it was planned out a little better, I think we could have got some receipts of where he was taking shots at Snoke and his theories, but I do have some receipts, some evidence that I want to share. I want to go deeper into the demise of Sexplained, and we'll get to that.
And he would make fun of some of the stuff in his like questionnaire videos and like poke at me, and I didn't take too good to that. And then he started to create a series and sell t-shirts for this new podcast he created called This Week in Clickbait, and I was like the star of every single episode. And that's actually
yeah, I know all about that shit. Sexplained doing his Darth Melvin impression. This Week in Clickbait, I'm gonna expose these people.
what brought me and Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, together was that he essentially used Jeremy as the entryway, the icebreaker, to then talk about a bigger topic, was me. And that video, I don't know if he's taken it down or if it's still out.
And again, that goes to the cancel campaign. It starts with Geeks and Gamers, but really the target is Star Wars Theory. That's who they want out of the Star Wars space. Geeks and Gamers, they talk about Star Wars, but it's not exclusively.
But they're not. That was when Jeremy reached out to me and we spoke. We didn't like each other for a while. He like full on went after me out of the frickin' blue on some topics and videos that I was talking about regarding some stuff. In this scenario, the Solo posters. They took out the guns and like the blasters in South America or something like that, from what I remember. Again, this is 2018, or even before that, it was quite a while ago. And I was talking about that in a video.
All of the blasters, and the way some of my peers covered it was downright laughable.
So Disney has decided to...
You know what's downright laughable? Dressing up as Slave Leia 4 times that we know of since 2018.
To remove the blaster from Han Solo on this latest wave of posters.
So in recent events, Disney has now removed all blasters in the upcoming movie posters for Solo.
In the beginning, he started talking about, like thumbnails. What are you doing for SEO and this and that and the other thing? I wouldn't be mad, but it's all about views. Fast forward to this, and now he's apologizing and blah, 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 blah.
So it's just really strange, with all the emails and back and forth, that he just turns on them. Makes these videos This Week in Clickbait, puts Star Wars Theory in there, and it's like, why? Why do you do it? It's because of Theory's growth, wanting to take him down a level, and because he just felt that his growth was not authentic. And he's doing it by saying, look, this is clickbait. You shouldn't watch this guy. He's not as good as us. He just does it out of spite. And he started with attacking Jeremy, who at the time had about 20,000 subscribers. So attacks a smaller YouTuber just to get the Star Wars Theory because he's jealous of the views. And now he's apologizing here. This guy's a cuck. Mentally unstable, going back and forth.
I met the guy first time where we all got flown out to do some sort of a thing together, a whole bunch of us. And I remember walking down the street with him, and he was like, before I knew...
Walking down the street with him, he's like, hey, Theory, You want to go in this dark alley over here? No. What's in this dark alley? Oh, nothing. Well, nothing. We'll talk about it later. It has nothing to do with, dressing up as Slave Leia.
Knew who you were. I couldn't sleep at night. He's like, I'm serious. I'm paraphrasing. I'm serious. Molly would have to calm me down because I couldn't sleep at night because you and Stupendous Wave were just getting such crazy views and we were working so hard and we couldn't even come close to that. Man, it's actually kind of cool. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, poor baby Sexplained. Couldn't sleep because of the views and named Stupendous Wave as well. Like, Alex Damon. And the shows are defending this guy. Just like obsessing over these YouTubers that are running better channels than them. Better than Sexplained, and he couldn't take it. And he was lashing out against people, specifically Star Wars Theory.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. And he's like, well, you know, I just feel bad because I just like really didn't like you, and I see that you're such a nice guy now, and
You didn't like him. Why didn't he like him? Why? Like, what's the reason? Was it just because he's an asshole, just didn't like him? No, it's because of the fucking views. From the beginning, jealous about the views. The reason he emailed him in the first place was to manipulate him. It was in bad faith. And he's just like, he needs to learn to shut up. He's just saying, oh, I used to not like you. Now you're a nice guy and I feel bad. Like, there's something going on with Alex Damon.
I feel bad about that, so I want to apologize. I feel like Alex is actually a nice guy, like to the point where, I don't know if he does have this, but I feel like he has a sort of compulsion OCD where he like has to tell you if he feels bad or guilty about something. He started just like opening up and telling me these things about, like, I was like, oh, don't worry about it, man. It's all...
Because Alex is a psycho. Like, he's a fucking psychopath.
All good. He's like, I just see you're such a nice person now, and I just feel bad about that. And I'm like, man, this guy must have like really fucking hated me for the views to the point where he couldn't sleep at night and his wife would have to calm him down. Fuck, man. This whole shit's about views for these guys. Anyways, then he does his This Week in Clickbait and this and that and the other and blah, blah, blah. What the hell? I remember I took a cab with him once to the airport. We split a cab. I didn't sleep. I was up all night. And I was editing in the cab, in the back of the cab. He's like, what are you editing? And I'm like, oh, just the new Vader comic. He's like, that just came out. I'm like, yeah, I didn't sleep. And then I showed him, and I pressed play as it was in the Final Cut thing. And he was just looking at it and didn't say a word. He was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm really excited to get it out. And then I'm like, all right, man, well, it's my stop. You know, hey, it was great seeing you.
This is straight out of American Psycho with the business cards.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
Hey, I'm working on a video. Want to check it out? Sexplained sees it and he's like, oh my god. Oh my god, the comic video. It's so good. It's so much better than anything I make.
Something wrong? Patrick? You're sweating.
Sexplained, are you okay? You're sweating.
And he's like, yeah, and that was it. And then he started this Week in Clickbait shit, and I just was like, the fuck, dude.
All right, so he started This Week in Clickbait after the cab ride, where he had a glitch. MK Shill Ultra glitch, because he saw what Theory was working on with the laptop.
Dude, like, you could message me if you, like, we've literally talked already so many times. We've like been to Germany together for Gamescom. We've been other places together for like other stuff. Clearly all about trying to slander me and like put me down and whatever to make yourself look taller. And so I didn't like that. And then, you know, fast forward, there's a few more. He's like, I still imagine you're not a fan of mine, which is fine. I get it. But I wanted to say congrats on your film. I know how much time and effort it took, and that looks great. You should be very proud, and I hope to see it continue. So then we didn't talk until 2019 when we were both put together for the Lego group. We essentially were the two Star Wars creators at Celebration Chicago, where we had to go head to head against each other and like build.
He's probably like the Molly. Oh my god, I gotta be on a panel with Star Wars Theory. Ah.
Lego or something like that. And it was fun. Backstage, before we go live, before we're getting mic'd up, he's there. He's in the freaking tent. And we hadn't talked. I had been ignoring him and all that. He comes to me and he's like, look, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for what I did and those videos. I shouldn't have made them. I should have just contacted you about it. And I shouldn't have done it publicly.
I shouldn't have done it, yet he made merch for it. This Week in Clickbait merch. He's not sorry about it.
And I mean, the guy had like a whole merch line. Like he was all about it, bro. Like this guy was like trying to capitalize, trying to profit off it. There's that. And shook his hand. I accepted his apology. I'm like, it's fine. 4 years into the YouTube space with my channel. I wasn't the same happy-go-lucky kid because now I know that these guys are two-faced as fuck and I can't trust any of them. All I ever wanted was to be accepted. All I ever wanted was to just do my thing. You guys have turned me into this image of me that's not even me. And it's unfortunate that the minority sees me in some sort of a shadow figure light, whereas my subscribers and the people who stand by me and love me and know who I am see me for who I am, which is me. This isn't an act. This isn't like a character I'm playing. This is just me. And Molly, you want to talk about YouTube guidelines, community guidelines, coordinating an attack against other YouTubers to get them ripped off of a platform for claims that you would need to definitely prove in court goes against the community guidelines. And that could actually backfire on you. Mandalorian Season 2 finale came out and Luke Skywalker showed up. I was crying and I was like, you know, a spectacle on the internet. We had Pablo Hidalgo making fun of me. We had Molly Damon, who was joining in on the fun by posting a gif of that gif of a woman laughing or spitting out her coffee on someone who posted a video of me crying, but made it to, I think it was something about like SpongeBob or.
So these are the positive Star Wars fans. The positive Star Wars fans. And Star Wars Theory had a reaction to The Mandalorian Season 2, the fake Luke Skywalker, the shit-ass Mandalorian, and that normally the Disney shows would celebrate this. Like, look at all the people, all the fucking freaks with the Wokalite. So it's like, what was wrong with his reaction? They had a problem with it. They're like, look at the fucking doofus. He's crying over Luke Skywalker. Oh, what a moron. Yeah, but when some moron does it for the Wokalite, it's okay. It's acceptable behavior. Why is it different when Star Wars Theory does it? It's because Star Wars Theory triggers them. That's why.
To that I just say, where's your heart? Where's the inclusivity there? Is it because I make money? How about we take the money away from all of this stuff? None of us make money. Let's just say none of us make money. Is it about views then? Is it about popularity? Okay, take all that away. Let's say you can't see the view count, nothing. You can't see the subscriber count, nothing. Would there really be that level of animosity? Or is it something a little deeper? Is it about This Week in Clickbait? Is it about Alex not being able to sleep at night and you having to freaking coddle him so that he could sleep because another channel was putting out content that was getting more views? I guess it all has to be because of SEO and thumbnails. I remember overhearing. I got some big ears, man. I got these Yoda ears. I was overhearing those, eavesdropping, if you will. Well, they were like at the other side of the table. And Molly freaking says, again, paraphrasing here, she says, yeah, a lot of other people started using our name in their titles, Star Wars Explained, and so we're trying to have to think of something to be more unique and stand out. And I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me? You're pissed at me because I use Star Wars Explained in my titles? And I'm like, whatever, I'm just thinking too much of it. Then, like a year later, I see this dude who worked at, I think it was ILM VFX Lab or something like that, like what they had for Vader Immortal at Downtown Disney, which was an amazing experience. I had a fan meetup there, and then I took a bunch of fans, and we all went to Vader Immortal and had a great time. So, shout out to all you guys. So then I remember this guy that like is a Lucasfilm official. He works there. He literally inadvertently calls me out on Twitter, and I'm like, he says all these big Star Wars YouTubers profiting. If someone can find this tweet, that'd be amazing. Profiting off of Alex and Molly's hard work by using the metadata and SEO of Star Wars Explained that they worked so hard for so many years to grow and build in the metadata or some shit. That was the first time I actually like commented on this. I'm like, bro, you're so stupid. Literally, I am the one that's carrying the word Star Wars Explained by my views, and if anything, it is propelling Alex's channel 10 fucking fold, because the views I put in, that Star Wars Explained title is going into the wave of SEO, and it's creating a way bigger wave because of my videos, and so therefore, Alex and Molly are benefiting a lot from all of that SEO that I'm just punching in and driving in for their channel name. The level of absolute entitlement and people just getting pissed over views and thinking that I'm stealing views. Bro, there's another Star Wars YouTuber that has been such an asshole to me over the years, and I just don't even want to mention his name because he's such a just piece of shit.
I think that was Pete Fletzer, ATG Cast, the SSW Network. The guy's fucking obsessed. Fucking obsessed with Star Wars theory.
I don't even want to make this video about him because this is about Molly. This is about Molly and Star Wars Explained.
The Pete Fletzer video could be a whole nother fucking video. The guy's nuts. Harass Gina Carano too. I made a video about that.
Alex, and how they've been literally gunning for me from the very beginning. And if I didn't join them, then this is the treatment. It's unbelievably wild.
Fucking leftist behavior right there.
Wild to me that like most people aren't able to actually see them for what they are. Well, hopefully that this maybe gives you a bit of a understanding of my experience with these people, because it literally ain't all sunshines and rainbows like they preach. They ain't inclusive. They're inclusive as long as you aren't getting more views than them. And at the end of the day, it's all about money and views for these people. Listen, since the beginning, I've been...
Alright, so always saying it's about money and views for these people. I've been exposing the Sexplains for quite some time. And one of my underrated gems for the Sexplain, Star Wars Explained is bad at explaining Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Disney shill exposed. Now, the reason I'm going to play a little bit of this video is Sexplained in a 2019 clip was expressing doubt about the Kenobi show. So just take a look. Like, he just didn't think it would really go well if they went a certain direction. But then he ends up shilling for the show, and he sexplained Kenobi. Sexplained it worse than I've ever seen someone sexplain a show.
He'll explain stupid, meaningless shit to you, but when it comes to the tough topics, Sexplained performs the dodge and chill technique. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show has been announced for a while. Star Wars Explained talked about it in 2019, and he sounded like someone from the Knights of Melvin. He had concerns about the canon breaking of the show.
Would I be okay with him leaving Tatooine? It's not really my first choice. I would prefer he stay on Tatooine. I guess in my mind, I don't know why he would ever leave, because Luke should be his number one priority now. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, he just stayed there for 19 years, and I never imagined him going elsewhere. I'm not crazy about the idea, but at this point, I mean, who knows? I haven't heard anything about it, and there might be an excellent reason. And if it does happen, I'll just be like, okay, I have to accept that. He left Tatooine, and that's fine. I don't know. I just don't see him going off to face Vader again, at least in my mind. And then you have the whole line with Vader: when we last met, I was but the learner. Now I'm the master. Like, how many times do they have to meet again? I feel like the last...
He's expressing a lot of doubt over this show. He doesn't want to see Luke in the show. He doesn't want to see Obi-Wan meet Vader. He's going to fuck up A New Hope. And Molly, it's hard to tell with Molly. She's a complete fake fan. I don't even know if she's seen the original trilogy. That's how big of a fake fan she is. Doesn't even know what an acolyte is, but that's her new favorite show. But Sexplained is having real problems with this show. He knows it's going to be bad, but he knows he has to shill for it.
Last time that they met was perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it needs to happen again. So I've heard that this is a very real possibility. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Now, I can only imagine his concerns grew larger over the next 2.5 years. It was rumored Kenobi and Vader were going to be fighting twice. Leia might be in the show. How is Star Wars Explained going to react to all of this? In his review for episodes 1 and 2, Star Wars Explained shilled hard for Disney.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is finally here. This is my review of the first 2 episodes. It takes Bail coming to Tatooine in person to get him to go out in the desert, dig up his lightsabers, and get his butt on a ship headed for Daiyu and Princess Leia. That scene was both completely on the nose and completely perfect.
How was this perfect? That's not how he was feeling 2 years ago.
I will say I wouldn't expect to see Luke. Unless it's from afar,
right.
Kind of like, and I don't want to see Luke. I don't think that would be.
Yeah, that's why I kind of thought no at first to seeing Owen and Beru, because we wouldn't want to see Luke.
That's true. Get his butt on a ship headed for Daiyu and Princess Leia. That scene was both completely on the nose and completely perfect.
Oh, it's okay. Leia got him off the planet. It makes sense now. No, it doesn't. Leia never met Obi-Wan Kenobi before the events of A New Hope. Her message to Obi-Wan is very formal, not personal at all. She unnecessarily mentions her father. There's no need for any secrecy given the situation. They simply didn't meet. Yet Star Wars Explained took the shilling even further and made a video specifically stating that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show doesn't break canon, #damage control.
Today I'm going to run through some of the most prominent questions I've seen and share my thoughts. I think it's awesome that they met before A New Hope, and I love the way they helped each other grow in the series. Her holographic message is so formal because she's playing the role of a senator. She is delivering a diplomatic speech of passion. She addresses him as general because she is asking him to be a general again.
There is so much bad.
So it's like, obviously he had issues with the show, but he's a Disney shill. It's all about the money. And so he shilled for Disney. Let's just dive a little bit into the character of the Sexplained. So they're all about money, all about shilling, and they're just fucking weird. Happy National Coming Out Day to everyone. Out, not out, and anywhere in between. Sincerely me, my bi, Lightning, and Grogu. Wrapping a fucking Grogu in a pride flag. Like, what is wrong with you? And then pushing the narrative. Thank you, Grogu loves his gay space dads. Talking about Cobb Vanth and Din Djarin. Pushing that narrative that they're gay. This is one half of Star Wars Sexplained. And it gets worse. Totally unrelated to my last tweet. Lando being referred to as pansexual should come as a shock to no one. Also, who cares? Well, obviously she cares. All this means is the fan fiction after Solo comes out will be even more epic than anyone could have imagined. Fucking sick. And if you're wondering why she's dressing the Grogu doll in a pride flag, wondering why she loves Lando being a pansexual, well, look at this. Just hanging out with some friends here. Some friends and Satan. Just a chill night with Satan and his friends. It's not a fluke that Molly Damon drinks Monster quite a bit on those weekly Q&As. Hail Satan. And speaking of Satan, here's Molly Damon and her opinion on Thrawn and Ezra. Like, this is deranged.
You think Ezra and Thrawn are still together or separated? Oh boy. This is one that is like, has been on my mind a lot. I want to think that they're still together.
So she immediately says, oh boy, and pauses and says this has been on her mind a lot. Thinking about Ezra and Thrawn being together. Why would this be on her mind a lot?
Because I want to imagine some sort of weird Stockholm syndrome going on with Ezra and Thrawn. Like, they're kind of finding some common ground and like getting to know each other over all these years, but I don't know if they're going to go in that direction.
In her mind, she was imagining a Stockholm syndrome between Thrawn and Ezra? What is wrong with this person? In case you didn't know, Stockholm syndrome is a condition in which people develop positive emotions and associations with someone who is keeping them captive. This has been suggested to mostly happen in situations where there is a hostage and a captor and is commonly linked to kidnappings. This is what Molly Damon wants between Thrawn and Ezra. Stockholm syndrome, something that is linked to kidnappings, something that is linked to child trafficking. This, Molly Damon of Star Wars Sexplained, Disney's top Disney shill. This is pretty disturbing. We see that she's, a Satanist, wants Stockholm syndrome with Ezra and Thrawn. And here she is, right there with you, Ben. I've deleted and blocked hundreds of hateful bigots chiming in on the Acolyte, and it really takes a toll on your mind. Take care of yourself. So she's all about blocking people, silencing people, and blaming others for failures. The Shield Cruiser Hotel. So this is not the Wokelite blaming the alt-right bigots. Not the first time. Because when the Shield Cruiser closed, she blamed Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. I bet this is the real reason why the Star Cruiser is closing. Sure, it was expensive, but they would have lowered the price before flat out closing it, right? Florida is really making a mess down there. Disney pulls plug on $1 billion investment and a DeSantis feud. So the Shield Cruiser Hotel wasn't just terrible. It was Ron DeSantis that blew it. He destroyed it. And what's really funny about Molly Damon and the Sexplains making this tweet defending the Shield Cruiser Hotel, they never went to the Shield Cruiser Hotel. And I don't have the clip pulled up, but there's a clip of her saying, oh, it looks like I won't get to go to the Shield Cruiser because they're closing it. Well, she still could have gone. She had plenty of time to book a last-second trip. The reason why they did not go is because of the price. They didn't want to spend the money. And because they just flat out thought it would be boring. Because they knew the hotel sucked. These people are fucking fake. And this is Molly Damon laughing about the Gina Carano lawsuit. Gina Carano, if you saw all the screenshots from Data Racer of all the people harassing Gina Carano, this is what Molly Damon thinks of a strong female. Fucking hypocrite. They're even a problem for Disney. Constantly lashing out against them. They pulled the blackout eclipse stunt a couple years ago with Quantic Dream. Disney's trying to make a game and they're partnering with Quantic Dream, and you got these fucking clowns speaking out against it. And here it is right here, Molly Damon, upset about the cancellation of the Wokelite.
I can't let these like greedy corporate bozos dictate what I know I like, and I can't let them dictate how excited I get for something like Star Wars, which we love.
Molly Damon of Star Wars Sexplained, Disney's top Disney shill, just took a major shot at Disney because they canceled the Acolyte. They are a bunch of greedy corporate bozos. Straight out of her mouth. These are the same people that invite them to the premieres, that invite them to Lucasfilm, to the Bohemian Grove sex parties that include the Grogu doll, that include Dave Filoni and Leslie Headland. They got a special screening. They're involved with several Zoom calls with other Disney shills. They're followed by the official Star Wars account, the Swagman. They get the Yord Horde tissues and all the gift baskets you can ask for. But they are greedy corporate bozos. That's what they are, Tamale Damon. Completely ungrateful for what they've received from Disney. How quickly they will turn on Disney. Greedy corporate bozos. And then, doubling down on the politics, here she is on the Failing Yap Sesh podcast.
People are just coming out of the woodwork to say, oh, I hate it because the writing's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian, you know.
I will never, I mean...
Oh, yeah, the writing's great. It's just there's a lesbian. A lesbian is the showrunner. That's why everyone hates it. This person is a clown. A fucking clown. Honk, honk. Fucking clown on a clown podcast. A failing clown podcast. And then I don't know how this got into the video, but these are leaked pictures of the Sexplained. What the hell is going on here? What is this? Who is this guy? Molly Damon getting on with a stripper. What is this? This wasn't in Theory's video. Look how happy she is. Fucking like licking that leg. Like I've never seen her this happy. Sexplained doesn't make her that happy. And then here is Molly Damon gatekeeping, which they accuse us of doing, which I admit I'm a gatekeeper, but they are the positive side that don't do any of this shit. I think media outlets need to specify the difference between fans and people who make money on the internet by driving hate and anger, because nothing will change that behavior as long as they are making that paper. This is coming from the top Disney shill of the Disney shill program. Bottom line, don't give them views, clicks, or any of your valuable time. If you don't agree with them, don't hate watch. You're literally giving them money and encouraging this behavior. Anytime you share a screenshot to Dogpile, they're making bank either way. So don't watch the grifters. Don't watch the grifters. To cap off all the tweets, this is what she said today. Thank you for all the love and support over the past few days. It really means a lot. I never started any sort of campaign. I just agreed with and shared 2 images that were created and shared first by another podcast who I guess want to remain anonymous in all this. Love y'all. So before she's kind of like gloating about it, not sure where credit is due. Here, no, I didn't share. I didn't create this. I just shared it. Turned off the replies. Was Molly Damon and the Sexplained behind it? I think the evidence suggests that they could be. Rewriting Ripley is connected to. They're connected to Disney. Sexplained are the top Disney shills.
Been making tons of money and getting tons of views. I could make lore videos, fan fictions, what ifs, talk about the news of a show. I'll still get the same amount of large views. If anything, when Star Wars is good, I get more views, and I'm the only one that knows my analytics better than anybody else on this planet. So at the end of the day, they can say what they want, they can make it all about views, but look, people just don't watch your content because they're just not as into it as they are maybe some other people. So don't be pissed at me, don't hate the play.
The Sexplained are lame as fuck. Lame as fuck. That's why they don't get as much views as other people. They may have the subscribers, 800,000, but the views on their videos, no one cares. And they have lost about 5,000 subscribers since the release of this video.
Playa, hate the game, baby. And to be honest, it's not even a game, it's just man, I'm just a Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. And everything I say, everything I make is from the heart. And if you don't want to believe that and you want to make it about views and this and money, take it all away. Take the... Well, I guess you tried. I guess you literally tried to take all of my money away, which is wild. You're just not a good person. Gotta say that much. Molly. And I know Alex is behind all this, but he's just such a sackless guy that he just can't do it himself, and he has to have his wife do it for him. The further along I got into this, I started to realize that, damn, these guys really just care about views and money and all this shit. I would love it if every Star Wars YouTuber could just be friends. But these guys have been such fucking assholes to me since the very...
It's like, I don't like these commies, these leftists, but it's like, who the fuck is gonna melt down in a room if, like, we're in a room together? Me, I'll just be like, hey, how's it going? And they'll be like, oh my god! That guy's a bigot! So it's like, knowing that, it's like, then I'm just like not gonna want to be around those people. Because they're that sensitive. They're that judgmental. It's a problem. We just gotta stop taking people like that seriously. And call it out for what it is. They're fucking nuts. It's a mental illness.
very beginning, just jealous bitches. Why, man? Because I make money? Fuck. Like, open up a GoFundMe, dude. I'll donate to you, so you shut up. What do you want? What's the problem? People aren't watching your stuff, even with all of the free press and extra stuff that Lucasfilm and Disney give you. I mean, maybe...
I do think beyond the politics and everything, it's really about influence. They want to have the most influence over the fandom. They can't stand that he is the most subscribed Star Wars YouTuber and he's got the most influence. They can't stand it. The crybabies in the fandom can't stand it. They will not stop until he's gone.
Maybe that should tell you something. Maybe people just don't like you, and that's a you problem. Take accountability. I didn't make my money criticizing these garbage shows. I made my money years before that through making lore content and the type of content that had your husband reaching out, bring why I'm growing so fucking fast. I don't know if you guys have watched this shit or not, but like, this is just one too much. You know, saying like, oh no, you're this and that, okay, whatever. But now, like, actually trying to take away your ability to feed yourselves and your families.
They don't fucking care at all.
Based on their lies. That's war. What is that? That's today's version of war. Uh-oh, I guess Star Wars Explained couldn't handle that smoke I sent their way regarding that BS blackface cancel campaign of YouTubers who dare criticize the Acolyte. Molly Damon lied. She absolutely fights what she hates, and she hates YouTubers who don't love Disney Star Wars. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say she hates YouTubers who make more money than her and Alex. That's literally all it comes down to at the end of the day. It's just about money with these people. You know that there are people in your Patreon that literally pay just to feed me information of the shit that you say about me? The amount of eyes that I have everywhere in groups that you think are private, with people you think that you know. I see, I watch, and I ain't gonna leak anything, man. All I need to know is who I associate myself with, who I trust when they come to me. I want to be friends and this and that and all this is like fake shit. It's all politics at this point. I was a very wide-eyed kid at the start.
I think more dark side theory needs to come out, you know, talking about all his fucking connections throughout social media. It's like taking a little page out of Darth Melvin's book. You know, I am fucking everywhere. I know everything that people are saying. And definitely it needs to tap into the dark side more.
Started this whole YouTube thing, and I'm like, oh man, everyone's so like great. Like, let's all be friends. And I started to realize very fast that people are very jealous, very spiteful, and very angry if you do better than them. People want to see you do great. They want to see you do well. They never want to see you do better than them. This was a video finally addressing all of this bullshit and my experience over the last 8 years, and I feel lighter. I feel great. I feel good about it. So that was my experience. Hope you guys have a great day. And remember, don't go after anybody. Don't harass anybody like they do to me. But be the better person and just go about your day. So Hope this gave you that little bit of entertainment that you wanted in hearing my story, and now you have my side of it too.
So they're going to cry their eyes out about this video. But it's like, when is he ever taking a shot back at these people that can't stand him? And so now he's finally fed up with it after years. Finally made a video calling them out. And it's glorious because look at this ratio. 4-1, soon to be 5-1. And look at the fucking Grogu in the background. Disgusting channel, the Sexplained. This is the demise of the Sexplains, and I'm all here for it. I am here on my channel to make things even worse for the Sexplains. Let me know what you think in the comments about Star Wars Sexplained getting exposed badly by Star Wars Theory. Make sure to become a Knight, subscribe to the channel, join the Knights of Melvin Discord, help plot to take down Disney and all their shills.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the shills. At last we will have revenge.
Damn well sure we'll avenge it.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.